Hi, Professor Harley. Could I talk with you for a moment? I have a question for you.
Sure, Tom. What's your question?
Well, I'm in your class, the Eastern Cultures class at 9 o'clock,
Yes, I know.
and we have that big research project due next month.
Yes, you do.
And I was wondering if,
What's your question, Tom? Aren't you sure what you're supposed to be doing for the research project?
no, it's not that.
Well, what's your question?
I was wondering if it would be possible to, turn in the project late.
You want to turn the project in late? But you've got more than a month to finish it. You have plenty of time to get it done before the due date.
Well, you see, I'm going to be missing a few days of school next month.
You are? Why's that?
I have a really good reason for missing school and delaying the project. You see, my older brother, well, he's getting married then. It's going to be a really big wedding, and I'm going to be part of the wedding. So I'll have to miss a few days of school next month for the wedding.
Well, your brother's wedding sounds like a good reason to miss a couple of days of school, but, well, what's that got to do with the research paper?
You see, the research paper is due on one of the days I'm going to be gone for my brother's wedding.
Uh-huh.
So I'd really appreciate it if I didn't have to finish the research project until after the wedding. Maybe a week or 2 weeks or so after the wedding.
But the wedding's not for another month from now. You have plenty of time to get the project done before you leave for the wedding.
I was hoping I could put it off until after the wedding, so I wouldn't have to worry about it until then.
Listen, I'm going to do you a big favor, though you might not believe right now that it actually is a big favor. I want you to get the project done now. Get it done early, before the wedding. That way you won't have it hanging over your head during the wedding.
That doesn't really sound like much of a favor.
You might not appreciate it now, but I'm sure you'll appreciate it later.
Hi, Professor Harley. Could I talk with you for a moment? I have a question for you.
Sure, Tom. What's your question?
Well, I'm in your class, the Eastern Cultures class at 9 o'clock,
Yes, I know.
and we have that big research project due next month.
Yes, you do.
And I was wondering if,
What's your question, Tom? Aren't you sure what you're supposed to be doing for the research project?
no, it's not that.
Well, what's your question?
I was wondering if it would be possible to, turn in the project late.
You want to turn the project in late? But you've got more than a month to finish it. You have plenty of time to get it done before the due date.
Well, you see, I'm going to be missing a few days of school next month.
You are? Why's that?
I have a really good reason for missing school and delaying the project. You see, my older brother, well, he's getting married then. It's going to be a really big wedding, and I'm going to be part of the wedding. So I'll have to miss a few days of school next month for the wedding.
Well, your brother's wedding sounds like a good reason to miss a couple of days of school, but, well, what's that got to do with the research paper?
You see, the research paper is due on one of the days I'm going to be gone for my brother's wedding.
Uh-huh.
So I'd really appreciate it if I didn't have to finish the research project until after the wedding. Maybe a week or 2 weeks or so after the wedding.
But the wedding's not for another month from now. You have plenty of time to get the project done before you leave for the wedding.
I was hoping I could put it off until after the wedding, so I wouldn't have to worry about it until then.
Listen, I'm going to do you a big favor, though you might not believe right now that it actually is a big favor. I want you to get the project done now. Get it done early, before the wedding. That way you won't have it hanging over your head during the wedding.
That doesn't really sound like much of a favor.
You might not appreciate it now, but I'm sure you'll appreciate it later. Hi, come on in. How are you today?
Just fine, thank you.
You're here to see the results of your placement tests?
Yes, I am. Do you have them yet?
As a matter of fact, I do. They just arrived a few minutes ago.
That's great. I'd love to see them, I think.
Well, let's see. Let me find yours. Your last name's Martin?
Yes,
You're John Martin?
that's right.
Okay, here are your results. Let me see. All right, now, we should discuss these.
They're not very good?
Well, let's talk about them. You have 2 scores here, see? There are scores in language skills and in math skills. Your score in language skills is 82. That's pretty good. And it means you're ready for the credit class, English 101.
Is that good? Is that a good course for me to take? English 101's the right course to start with?
That's just the right place for you to be now. You'll be right on track to graduate on time. Now, let's look at the math skills score. This score isn't as high. It's only a 59.
Oh no, that's not very good, is it?
Well, it means you're not ready for Math 101.
So which math course should I take?
You'll need to take a remedial math class, which is a non-credit class, and work harder on your math and get a higher score on the math placement test before you can take Math 101.
Okay, so you're saying I need to take a remedial math class? Which class is it?
It's called Math Review.
And I need to take the math review course, and then I can take Math 101?
There's more to it than that. After you take Math Review, you'll have to take the math placement test again before you can enroll in Math 101. And if you don't pass it, get at least a 75 the next time, you'll have to take it another time. Take it over again until you pass it.
Okay, I think I need to work hard and get at least a 75 next time around.
After you take the Math Review course.
After I take the math review course. Listen, can you please tell me, is it a problem that I got such a low score on the math skills test?
It's not too serious, but you really need to do well on the math skills test next time around, so you'll need to work hard in the Math Review class. Because that class is a remedial class, you won't get any credits for it. You'll most likely need to take a summer course or 2 in order to still graduate on time.
I think I can handle.
Listen to a conversation between a student and a professor.
Hi, Anna. How are you today?
Just fine, thank you.
Did you want to see me about something? Do you have a question?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what's your question?
Well, it's, about the unit grade.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just gave out unit grades for the first unit of the public policy class.
Yes, I did.
And, well, I guess I was kind of surprised at the unit grade.
You were? Why? It wasn't the grade you were expecting?
Not quite.
But my grading system is very clear, I think. There shouldn't have been any surprises.
Well, you see, I got a high grade on the unit exam. I mean, it was a 95. And I think you said the highest grade on the exam was a 97, and I had almost the top grade, you know, a 95.
Yes.
So I was kind of surprised to get a C for a unit grade. Oh, well, I was expecting an A because of the exam grade.
Oh, I see what the problem is. Well, I thought my grading system was clear, but I guess it's not so clear after all. You know, my grading system was on the syllabus I gave out on the first day of class. You were in class on the first day, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
And you did get the syllabus?
Yes, I did.
And I discussed the grading system the first day. The grading system that was on the syllabus. That wasn't clear to you?
I guess not, because I thought that if I got a grade of 95 on the exam, an A on the exam, then I thought I'd be getting an A for the unit grade.
You see, that's what the problem is. If you look on the syllabus, it says that the exam grade is only 50% of the unit grade.
Only 50%?
That's right. The other 50% of the grade comes from attendance and participation during class. You see, only part of your grade is learning the course material for the exam. The other really important part is to be able to use the information, to apply the information by interacting with the other students in class. You know what? Let me look at my grade book. You were absent twice? You missed 2 class meetings?
Yes, I did. But I got notes from one of my friends, so I know what was covered in the 2 class meetings I missed. Well, that's why I was able to do so well on the exam.
But class isn't just about getting information from me by taking notes of what I say. It's about discussions of the material, applying it to various situations. Now, when you were in class, just how often did you join in discussing, comment on the material, debate with other students about how the course material can be applied to various situations?
Well, not much. Not at all, I guess.
So your grade for attendance and participation was very low because you didn't attend regularly, and when you did attend, you didn't take part in the class discussions. And that was 50% of your grade. Do you understand now why your unit grade was a C and not an A?
Yeah, I see that now.
And you understand what you need to do in the next 2 units?
Yes, I actually do now.
Did you hear about the chemistry lab?
I certainly did. What are we going to do?
What do you mean?
Well, we have lab assignments to complete in the lab each week for our chemistry class, and we won't be able to get into the lab to do them.
Oh, the professor's going to have to do something about that. She can't assign us to work in the lab if there's no lab to work in.
So you think it's her problem and not ours?
I do. By the way, did you hear what happened to the lab? I mean, why it's unusable now?
No, I didn't. I heard that it's closed, but I didn't hear why. Do you know what happened?
Well, I don't know for sure, but I did hear a story from some of my friends.
What did you hear?
I heard that someone was in the lab working on an experiment, and this person had some sort of accident that caused a big explosion.
I think it's pretty obvious that something like that happened.
But here's the good part.
There's a good part in all of this?
Yes, there is. Guess who I heard blew up the lab?
Who?
Our chemistry professor.
No!
That's what I heard.
It would be really funny if that's really what happened.
It certainly would.
I was at the game last night, and I swear that the newspaper got it all wrong.
The newspaper had incorrect information? Like what?
The newspaper said it was a large number of spectators who ran out onto the field for no reason, but it wasn't. It was only 2 people who ran out onto the field, and it was 2 parents, and they had a good reason to run out onto the field. Their son was playing in the game, and he got hurt.
Was that all that was wrong in the newspaper article?
No, there were a lot more errors. The newspaper said there was a lot of pushing and shoving, but there wasn't. There were just two parents who were trying to get to their son. And something else that was wrong was that their son got hurt in the scuffle when everybody ran out on the field, but he didn't. He got hurt playing in the game.
My goodness, that's a lot of mistakes in a short article.
But that's not all that was wrong. The article said that the police were called to break up the scuffle, but the police weren't called because there was no scuffle to break up. Also, an ambulance didn't come to take the guy to the hospital like the article said. The parents drove their son home because he wasn't seriously injured.
Are you sure he wasn't injured too seriously?
Absolutely. I saw him in class this morning, and he was just fine.
Ku larut luru dalam keheningan hatimu, jatuh bersama derasnya tetes air mata. Kau benamkan wajahmu yang bertuduhkan duka, melakukan keperihan di dalam jiwamu. Dan tak pernah terfikirkan olehku untuk tinggalkan engkau seperti ini. Tak terbayangkan jika ku beranjak pergi, betapa hancur dan harunya hidupmu. Sebenarnya ku tak ingin berada di sini, di tempat jauh dan sepi memisahkan kita. Ku berharap semuanya pasti akan berbeda, meski tak mungkin menumbuhkan jiwa itu lagi. Dan tak pernah terfikirkan olehku untuk tinggalkan engkau seperti ini. Tak terbayangkan jika ku beranjak pergi, betapa hancur dan harunya hidupmu. Aku tak mengerti apa yang mungkin terjadi. Sepenuh hatiku aku tak mengerti. A.
If you want to move on before the end of the lease, then you need to tell us in writing at least 1 month beforehand.
B.
Buildings insurance is included, but not contents insurance.
C.
No, the rent can only increase after the term of your tenancy has expired.
D.
If the washing machine breaks down or anything like that, then call us out and we will send someone to repair it at no charge.
E.
It's for a year. That means 12 full calendar months. Starting at the beginning of the month you move in.
F.
Absolutely not. You cannot rent out any rooms. If you do, you will break the terms of your tenancy agreement and you can be evicted.
Hari telah terganti, tak bisa ku hindari. Tibalah saat ini bertemu dengannya. Jantungku berdegup cepat, kaki bergetar hebat. Akankah aku ulangi merusak harinya? Mohon Tuhan untuk kali ini saja beri aku kekuatan untuk menatap matanya. Mohon Tuhan untuk kali ini saja lancarkanlah hariku, hariku bersamanya, hariku bersamanya. Kau tahu betapa aku lama di hadapannya. Kau tahu berapa lama aku mendambanya. Mohon Tuhan untuk kali ini saja beri aku kekuatan untuk menatap matanya. Mohon Tuhan untuk kali ini saja lancarkanlah hariku, hariku bersamanya, hariku bersamanya. Hariku bersamanya. Mohon Tuhan untuk kali ini saja beri aku kekuatan untuk menatap matanya. Mohon Tuhan untuk kali ini saja lancarkanlah hariku, hariku bersamanya. Mohon Tuhan untuk kali ini saja beri aku kekuatan untuk menatap matanya. Mohon Tuhan untuk kali ini saja lancarkanlah hariku, hariku bersamanya, hariku bersamanya.